This is Arts Alive. I'm Lynda Philippi. My guests today are Marc and Veronica Bartlett. They are artists living and working in a beautiful old home in Yamhill, filled with really fabulous rhododendrons out front, which we saw when they were blooming earlier this spring. And they will be on the Art Harvest Studio Tour this fall. So welcome.
Thank you.
Nice
to be here.
I'm glad you could come. Yeah, this is your first year on the tour.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that's pretty exciting. So
Yeah, very exciting.
why don't we do this? Why don't we talk a little bit about, each of you and kind of your background and how you came here. Do you want to start?
Well, my background is we used to live in New Mexico. We lived there for almost 20 years, and when our youngest graduated from high school, we decided we wanted to change, and you can't get much different, yeah, from New Mexico to here. I mean, both places are beautiful, but we love it here. And personally, as far as art goes, I've been playing my whole life with art, but nothing, no formal education. I had a very bohemian mother and upbringing, and it was pretty much do whatever you want, with cooking, with making things. So, I experiment a lot, and that's how I got to where I am.
Okay. And Marc?
Well, I've been a general contractor for over 30 years, and I've always kind of dabbled in building little sculptures or whatnot. And then I kind of retired this past year, and I kind of thought, well, I got to do something. So I've been in the kitchen and bath trade. I mean, more or less, that was the better part of most of my work. So I built a lot of cabinets and stuff. So I thought, well, I'll start building some furniture, and just to kind of keep me busy and out of her hair. so that's what I'm doing now, and I'm enjoying it a lot.
Well, I love the way that you have, your studios. You're sort of in the, I don't know what you call a barn outbuilding.
Just an old garage.
Old garage, okay, we'll call it that for your wood and all that. And then you have that really cool space upstairs, which is kind of like a little secret hideaway and a great little place to work. So I suppose that keeps you so that you're not in one another's hair all day, right?
It works out pretty well.
Yeah.
Really well, yeah.
Okay. And I know that you brought some images today, so and they may be mixed up. So we're going to just,
Yep.
It's bohemian, right? Just like your mother.
Exactly.
So we're going to just see how it comes up, and then you can kind of talk us through the images as we go. How does that sound? Okay.
Sounds good.
So, Mr. Paul, here we go.
Well, that's I had a series made out of springs, and it was during the spring equinox. So the 744 is literally springtime in 2009.
Okay.
And so it's made out of springs, and it's springtime. And then I had about, I don't know, 10 or 12 other things that all pertain to springs, that they were all plays on words and whatnot. And we had a little party, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, this was in Santa Fe?
No, that was here.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
That was in Portland.
Okay.
I rented a little gallery in downtown for one night.
That's one of my flower photos.
Okay.
I have a garden, as you know, and I
Yes.
love to take pictures of flowers, and so I do take pictures, and then I edit them a bit in Photoshop.
Play with them, yeah. That's great.
And that's another one. That's a dandelion, obviously.
Well, that's real. I mean, it's so close. You really think about it in a whole new way. That's wonderful.
Thank you. Oh, and I have a whole series of Day of the Dead. What I do is I set up little vignettes of different, skulls and different creatures like that, and I take pictures, and then I again edit them in Photoshop. So that's where I have a lot of them, and there's more to come. It's so much fun.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
more. There's one.
Okay.
And the same thing. That's a little, like I said, a vignette. There's a painting in the background, and then I put things in front and sometimes dress them up. And yes. More of the same, yep. We have a 5-foot tall Ferris wheel, a Day of the Dead Ferris wheel.
Okay.
It's in our upstairs. I don't know if you saw that.
I don't
when
think
you
I
were there.
did, no.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the start of it. That's the first thing I collected. I got it in New Mexico at a secondhand store, and that was.
I know that's kind of a big thing, you know, in the Southwest and Arizona as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's one of the skeletons from the Ferris wheel.
Okay. I like the colors. Wow.
And that's in shopping in Santa Fe. That's a skeleton from a store that has lots of them in Santa Fe. And of course I tweaked it.
Yeah, you know, it makes me think of that kids movie that came out earlier called Book of Life. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's great. It's the whole Day of the Dead thing, and they go into the underworld where everybody's, you know, they're all alive.
Oh, wow.
It was fascinating.
Was it scary? Oh,
No, not a bit. It's a kids movie.
That's your.
That's just a close-up of the springs
The
that
springs,
was on
the work
that.
that you did, yeah.
How many springs are on your? Did you ever count?
Oh, I did count them, but I don't know. It's over 1,000.
My goodness. How did you
I went
glue
to
them, or did you
no.
staple
There's
them?
the white is sheetrock.
Okay.
And there's a little push pin
Oh, I
inside of
see.
each one of those.
Okay.
And I went to a spring company out in Oregon City, and you know, just asked them if they had any extra stuff, and they said, "Well, just go out back and check in the dumpster." So I was out in the dumpster and found just this, more than anything, this type of spring. I believe they told me it was used in what's the thing that comes out of the steering wheel?
Oh,
the
The bags.
the airbag.
The airbag
airbag.
construction.
Oh, interesting.
And I don't know how it works, but that's what they told me.
Oh,
so.
wow,
So
okay.
I was out there for about an hour and a half pulling springs out of the dumpster.
That is a Pin the Tail on the Donkey, vintage
Oh, that's so
Pin the
cute.
Tail on the Donkey that I found.
Oh.
And he's the backdrop, and I just recently started playing with that skeleton.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I really like about your work is, you know, it's such a collage.
Oh, it is.
So many things to get, you know, overlaying in different layers and just the things that you choose to put together and what that might mean to you, you know, something personal. Like I remember you had some that were your family, right? And I thought that was really neat. I liked it a lot. And then,
That's a piece I made. It's out of vertical grain Doug fir.
it's gorgeous.
And I'd made a wardrobe, or not a wardrobe, but a hutch that my mom had, or I copied it essentially. And that might be in here, I don't know, is it?
No, I didn't have a.
Well, anyway, this is just a takeoff. It's the same hardware and stuff that was on it. And and I'm using the beadboard in the doors and then on the side panels.
Okay. And is that new or is that reclaimed?
No, that's all brand new wood.
All brand new wood. So when you say beadboard, what does that mean?
Well, they often use it in wainscot.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
So inside the door panels there, the up and down vertical, that's called beadboard.
It's really pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah, with the furniture that you had, you know, when we were there visiting, everything was so lovely.
Thank you.
Obviously, you know what you're doing, huh?
Well,
After 30 years?
I fool people.
Yeah.
That's my dog. I want a dog really bad.
Okay.
Really bad.
That one looks like it's kind of like foaming at the mouth or something.
Well,
What
he's
is it?
barking. There's something going on. Just look at his tail. You can tell.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
So this is a table I made out of the tabletop is made from a famous bridge from New Mexico called the Ottawa Bridge, and it crossed the Rio Grande River at the pueblo of San Ildefonso. And the bridge went to Los Alamos, where they built the bomb.
Oh, wow.
And they had to go across this bridge, and it was the only way in and out of Los Alamos. So all these famous physicists, Oppenheimer and Fermi and all those people had to literally cross that bridge to go build. In fact, the bomb itself had to either go in or out over this bridge.
Wow.
So they reconstructed that bridge. We used to live right just miles from it. And I was riding my bike one day, and they totally took that bridge apart and reconstructed it, but they had a huge pile of all this old wood. And I managed to snab 4 or 5 pieces of the big beams. And first I made a fountain out of it for an art show down in Santa Fe. And then when we moved up here, I had to take it apart. And so I've just been hauling the wood around. And it started to deteriorate, so I thought I better do something with it. And so here it is.
That's really incredible, though. What a piece of history.
It is. It's
Yeah.
one of a kind for sure.
Do you have any pictures of the original bridge?
I do.
Oh, that's good. Okay, yeah.
This is a mirror I just made, and it's actually, the frame itself is out of the Ottaway Bridge wood as well, and it's all I have left of it, except for some really small pieces. And then the metal triangle pyramid pieces are from a farm, like it's what they use to cut grass or something on a tractor, you know?
Oh, right, right.
So I cut those pieces up. So it kind of took on a kind of a southwestern flair. Not necessarily on purpose, but that's what it did.
That's really incredible.
This is an entry table I made, and again, it's the vertical grain Doug fir. And instead of having a fir top, I kind of got tired of doing that, and I wanted to get a little contrast. So this is a concrete top, and I had to build a form and pour the concrete and everything. And
I guess it's a little bit heavy.
it's heavy. Yeah.
Yes,
I told Veronica, I said, I got to start making lighter stuff.
definitely.
Jewelry.
Yeah.
Jewelry is so light.
Yeah, that
You
would
see
do
a
it.
person pack up for
You know,
a
they make
jewelry
concrete
show.
jewelry too.
Yeah.
That's one of my roosters. Rooster with an attitude. He's got eyes like our son's dog. Somehow that happened, but rooster with attitude,
I
definitely.
like that one. That's fun.
And there's the hen. She's looking like she's a little afraid of him, I think. But,
That's great.
and that's one of my flower. I don't know what that flower is called, but it really attracted the ants.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that close-up. And there we are.
And there we are.
Okay, well that's wonderful. So let's talk a little bit about your home, because your home is so amazing. It's old-fashioned. When was it built?
1901.
Okay.
So 114 years old, and it needs a lot of work. I mean, it's nice on the inside and stuff, but all the electrical needs replaced and the plumbing needs replaced and everything. And we'll get to that.
Sure.
And it's 2 lots put together, so we have a really big yard. And
Yeah.
She loves to do her gardening and whatnot. And
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean it is. It's one of those landmark houses that everybody's driven by forever. You know, and the flowers are great, and the home itself is wonderful. But what you have done inside with all of your art and your furniture, I mean, it's modern looking and yet classic.
yeah, we think so
Thanks.
too. Thank you.
We finally get to hang our art. We almost have enough wall space, not quite, but
Yeah.
for years we used to flip houses. That's what we've done. We've been married 35 years, and we flip houses, and so you have to have the walls need to be sparse. So now we get to have everything up.
You're right. Now it's just your own
This
home.
is our home.
So once again, you're going to be doing the Art Harvest Studio Tour, which is the first 2 weekends in October, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
We'll be there.
So you'll be waiting to welcome visitors, and
Yep.
Come on out to Yamhill. It's beautiful during the fall.
thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Lynda.
Linda.
Okay.